when we talk about the life cycle of my agency, Weber, so in 2019, I sold it to another company. Maybe it was 2018. I forget exactly what it was. But in 2020, like I said, I was in office with them every day in Philadelphia, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't something I enjoyed doing. So I actually bought the rights back to that agency and decided to build it from the ground up. I left with no clients. I only got to take one person who has been with me now for 12 years. He actually now has earned equity in my company now. He's our COO, Cesar Cobo, really amazing operator, especially when it comes to SEO and client services. So the two of us left, we started over, and something that I wanted to do very differently was not that chase headcount and top line revenue. I wanted to chase profits, and I wanted to do less work. SEO, as a lot of you know, can be a very time consuming, anything really, Facebook ads, anything that we do can be extremely time consuming. And I wanted to strip it down and focus on solving very simple but painful problems that I could build a very detailed process around and then either outsource, automate, etc. We applied the concept of productization to the SEO model, which essentially means stripping it down in Pareto's principle, 80-20, focusing on the 20% of things that are going to drive 80% of outcomes. And that really only works if you're highly specialized in who you work with. And I think that's key for anyone who wants to do consulting or agency work now or in the future, is that it's commoditized, it's saturated. You shake a tree and agencies, consultants are going to fall out everywhere. And if you try and be everything for everyone, you're just not going to be good enough, just point blank. When you specialize in a certain type of client, it allows you to go very, very deep in who you service and what you do for them. It allows you to continuously sharpen the knife. So when we apply that to my business now, we've been growing in leaps and bounds with so few people because our entire business model runs on Google Doc. Literally, that's it. We don't deviate from it. We don't do anything aside from that. It's not in the Google Doc. I don't want to touch it. What that allows us to do, again, is be highly specialized and highly productized and processized in how we deliver our work. So again, we only work with 3 types of lawyers. So when I'm pitching these law firms, they're getting pitches from other agencies. A lot of them I'm friends with that do very, very well, make a lot more than we do. But we're coming in and we're gradually chopping down their tree because we're able to come in at a $5,000 to $8,000 retainer when all these other injury law firms. You drive up 95 here, you see all those billboards. Those guys are spending $1 million a month on billboards. We're coming in and chopping down that tree saying, we can get you clients guaranteed, and I'll talk about that, in 60 days or less. And we'll do it for 25% of the price that all these other guys are charging for you. And that's because we're so hyper specialized in what we do, and our team is so hyper specialized. I'm not asking them, it's going to sound bad, I'm not asking them to think, I'm just asking them to do a whole process and a system. And again, that might sound counterintuitive. A lot of agencies are like, no, I got to do custom work, I got to do a technical audit. You don't. Lawyers' websites, they have 15 pages. They're pretty straightforward. All of everything that we do when they walk in, when I'm pitching these guys, I'm walking in and I'm saying, this is your entire campaign. This is 6 to 12 months of work. I already have it done. I'm just going to fire some people on it as soon as you sign on the dotted line. I'm not going to throw any spaghetti at the wall. I've done this 100 times for $100 law firms. These are all the results that we got. So that type of pitch, that type of energy, that type of offer can only come from being highly, highly specialized. And like I said, I was just in the coffee shop before I came here and I was working on our process. I'm constantly tweaking it, constantly fine tuning it. Something that we're highly focused on now is local SEO. Why? Because we don't need to build content. We don't need to build links. And if you look at what Google wants to do, you type in personal injury attorney Miami, and the first thing that shows up are local service ads and then a big maps pack. Then all the other crap is down at the bottom, and Google's just like, yeah, SEOs, have your fun. Spend your time and money building links, because no one's going to click on that anyways. No one's getting all the way down the page. And I know SGE isn't officially coming out or what happening, but if you tested SGE and you saw what they were doing, you would see that the maps pack is actually safe there. And that was when I decided to go all in, because I said, this is a product that Google wants to keep. They're always going to keep their ads. They're always going to keep their nut. They're going to make their money. Don't fight City Hall. Everyone, if you're doing SEO, should also learn ads, or at least add it into your offer, because that adds speed to your offer and results to your offer. But the maps pack, when I saw it, I had a big light bulb on this about 6 months ago. And I said, why are we spending all this time building all this content and building all these links when we don't have to? Like, for what? And maps pack drives over 50% of phone calls for all of our clients. So just focusing there has allowed us to strip down our service, give us an offer that stands out in the market, while simultaneously also strips down the amount of work that we have to do. So these are the types of things that, I focus on a lot in my business, is continuously refining our offer and making sure that our clients are in the best position to succeed. When I say succeed, I'm not talking about impressions and traffic and clicks and links. I'm talking about money. Our job as agencies is to make people money. And to say, when you understand that, and you put that as the North Star metric in your business, you realize a lot of this other stuff doesn't make any difference, right? Like, it doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time. And if it doesn't drive towards what we're ultimately doing here, then it doesn't make sense to ultimately do it. Again, these are all small changes that have a very, very big impact on your business, much better than finding a link vendor or finding a new content person or whatever it is. And I'm not talking shit about that, because that's a necessary part of the process, depending on what type of SEO you want to do. Right now, if we're talking, if you do specialize in e-commerce, obviously the local stuff doesn't apply, but it doesn't take more than 5 minutes to go to Google and type in things like buy a white couch and just see what Google is doing, see what they're displaying, so you can understand which levers you want to pull within search. Because Google's changing. They don't care about us. SERPs are changing. They've been changing. And we have to understand where we can fit. Because at the end of the day, this is just a real estate play. That's all it is. All marketing is just an attention to real estate play. And Google's constantly shifting that real estate under our feet. And it's your job to understand how to best optimize to put your clients in a position to do what? To make money, right?